Now listen as I play a familiar tune with just my right hand. Now the melody note alone isn't very satisfying. We have to add harmony notes or supporting tones that enhance the melody. My left hand is going to add a 3-note chord we call a triad because it has 3 notes in it. Now we're not trying to learn this particular song at this point in time. We want a general picture, a bird's eye view of how every song works. In other words, any song can be played in terms of its melody, a single note melody played somewhere on the keyboard, and a supporting triad or 3-note chord that gives it its character. Now notice the chord or the triad doesn't change as often as the melody note. In fact, this song has 3 or 4 melody notes before there's a chord change. Now this song is interesting. It has 6 chords, but actually they're all the same chord. That doesn't make sense yet. In the next lesson it'll make perfect sense to you. I'm not trying to teach you these chords right now. Don't be afraid. I don't move this quickly. Actually, I'm showing you that 3-note chords moving around the piano slowly is how every song works. It really doesn't matter what notes I'm playing right now. Now another thing, the chord itself explains everything that happens at the keyboard. It explains what your left hand is doing, it explains what your right hand is doing. Let me give you 2 examples. Here's the same exact chord in 2 places. My right hand has the same 3-note chord that my left hand has. They're both based on the C. See, I'm trying to work the melody above these as I play both of them. I'm playing the exact same chords at the same time. So the expanded patterns on the keyboard with lots and lots of notes are always just the same chord played in more places. I can play these same 3 notes, or I could even start as low as I want to on the piano, and you won't be able to see the bottom ones here. I just played 3 keys, 1 chord in many places. Likewise, if I want to add to the song we're using as an example, if I want to add the low notes or bass notes, they also come from the chord. I'm going to take this C and play it double, 2 of them, and then get the chord quickly. See, with the D chord, I put 2 Ds in the bass and then went quickly to the D chord with the left hand to get a fuller, bigger sound. The other thing that knowing these chords helps us play more aggressively with stronger, more confident rhythms. The hesitation, the breaks in playing come when you're reading music notation and there's so many individual details, all the notes are considered separately. That's a much bigger obstacle when it comes to playing with confidence or playing without hesitation. Chord patterns are in groups, they're easy to understand. As soon as you get a handle on them physically and mentally, you can play songs without hesitation. It completely transforms the sound of the playing. And of course, when you move on to read music notation and you already have the chords in your mind and in your hands, you see familiar patterns everywhere, so that then you're able to read notation without hesitation. But it's based on the skill of knowing the chords. Now in our next session, we're going to look at the actual chords themselves, how they're built on 2 simple building blocks. We'll learn to understand music in terms of foundation harmony.